I went to college together.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hi, Rebecca and Danny. It's Cathy.
Hey,
Hi.
Kathy, how are you, honey?
Wonderful. Hey, sweetie. I was thinking about Harry Garland the other day.
Oh,
He warned me about you.
Right.
There's a new soprano in town.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Love you guys.
I
love you too, honey.
Love you, baby.
Hey, Rebecca. It's Theresa.
Hi.
Ernie Green sends you his love.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing, honey?
Okay.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, Sari, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Rebecca. It's Jeff Bannon from forever ago
Hi.
with Showboat.
How are you?
Oh my
Good.
God.
Nice to see
Wow.
you. Kevin Stites sends his best. I think he's going to be on this as well. But anyway, he says hi.
Great.
Wonderful. So exciting.
Hi, Becca and Danny. Becca, I've been listening to Secret Garden to hear your gorgeous voice. It's Frank from Broadway.
Of course. Hey,
Hi,
Frank, how
Frank.
are you, pal?
Thank you.
So good to see you.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Good. You look well.
Hi, Becca. It's Clea. Hi, Danny.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Clea.
Love you guys.
love you too, honey.
Hi.
Hi, lovers. It's Julia.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi.
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, sweet love. I'm so happy to see your face.
You too.
Hey, Becca and Sally. Becca and
Sally.
Sally. Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday, Sally.
Thank you.
Dollar.
Hi, Dollar. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
Hi, Rebecca. Very DRC. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, hi.
Hey. Hi, Mary. How are you?
How are you?
Think of you so often. Hope you're, having okay. Oh, love you so much. Think of you and your beautiful voice.
Well,
Yeah.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Becca. It's Cathy Parker from Sparta.
hey, Kathy. How are you?
I'm well.
Nice to see you guys.
So nice
How are
to see you.
Good.
You too.
Oh,
Alex.
there's our kid.
Hi.
Hey, Al.
Hey.
Hi, Abby.
Hey, Sally.
Hey.
Hi,
Hi,
dear.
guys.
Hi, beautiful people.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
You're just a couple of blocks away, I
Hi,
guess.
Pam.
Good to see
Yeah.
you.
They're up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Glynis.
Love you, Bex.
You too, Alex. Love you.
Hi, it's Zoya saying hello, but I'm too
Hi.
afraid to let you see what I look like. So
Oh, for goodness sake,
Oh, my
Zoya, we
God.
love you. That's...
in the neighborhood, if you ever need anything, Dan, please reach out.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Bye.
Thank you. I
Love you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, Becca and
I'm gonna
Danny.
look
It's
at my
Judy
cell
Rice.
phone.
Hey, Judy, how are you, sweetheart?
Hi.
I'm good. It's so wonderful to see you both. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hey, Becca, Danny.
I am.
Miss the neighborhood. Miss you guys.
I
there,
don't
too.
Hi,
know.
Peter.
Hey, Peter, how are you guys? Hey.
Hey, baby. I'm on a Zoom thing right now. Pick up further. Okay, love you.
Hey, Rebecca.
Carmelo.
Hey, Carolee.
Hi, Carolee.
Sending you
Love,
love.
love
Hi,
you too,
Becca and
sweetheart.
Danny. It's Ann Allgood.
Hi, Ann. How are you, pal?
Oh my
Good to
God.
see you both.
Good to see you too.
Annie.
You too.
Hello.
Good.
Hi, everybody. It's Nadeau.
Hey, Jim. Oh, look at that beard.
Wow.
Hey, how about that, right?
I love it.
Hey, Nada.
Aw.
Great.
Hi.
Looks wonderful.
Hey, Danny.
Hey,
Rebecca, Adriane Lennox.
Hi, Adriane. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm all right. Hey, man. Hey, Rebecca.
Wow.
Hey, Danny, it's John Meeks from PA.
John, how the hell are you, pal?
Good in you, buddy.
Good. Thanks for all the love on Facebook recently.
Oh, you know I've been loving you for what, 40 years now, boo?
I know, 40 years.
Hi, Becca, darling.
How are you?
Loving you.
Thanks, pal. Love you too. It's really wonderful to see you. Tell your brother to keep up the great work.
Hey guys, it's Jason Kravitz. I just want to say great job
Hi,
on Fresh
Jason.
Air. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Much appreciated, pal.
And Beth is here too.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Great to see you, Beth.
So good to
Hi,
see you.
Danny and Becca, it's Kilty, thinking about you all the time.
Hi.
Painting.
Oh my God, yes, my aunt's painting. Amazing.
Oh,
Nice.
You look well. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Hey, hi,
hi.
sending love. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Wow.
Yay. Mwah.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Becca. Mwah.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Great interview on NPR with Terry
Oh.
Gross.
Thank you. Thank you. She asked a lot of good questions.
Brian Wallach.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, you two. I wish you were out in the Poconos, but this is the best party I've ever seen.
Hi, Jane. It's lovely to see you.
Wow.
Hi, my name is Glynis, and I just wanted to say hi. I'm going to geek out for 2 seconds to say how much I absolutely love and adore you guys. And I was so
thank
lucky to see Danny on Broadway in January, and well-deserved for your nomination. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I am ALS, so this was kind of exciting. I was like, oh, it's coming together.
Yay.
thank
Oh,
you.
well, thanks for saying hello. It's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Danny, it's Don Korea. Hope you're well.
Don, how are you, brother?
Hey.
So good to see you. How are you guys? How's Sandy? How are the boys?
She's fine. She's over there taking an onion off of her hands right now. She'll be over here in a second.
Yay.
Hey, you two. Matt Scott here.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yay. Sandy? With onions.
You want to say
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Love you too so much.
Where are you? Where are you?
We're in New York City in
Oh,
our,
you're in New York.
apartment. Yeah.
Oh, I heard people from the other room going, oh, wish you're in the Poconos, but so I thought you were down.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, she was saying she wished we were there.
As opposed to me, I got it. Oh, well.
Got it. Got it.
Right.
Are you guys in Connecticut?
We are.
We were in New York the last 3 or 4 days, but now we're back in Connecticut.
Got it. Got it. Good.
Danny, you're muted.
Hey, everybody. I think we're about ready to begin. I think I got my cue. Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Viola. Listening to all of this as we get started, it feels a little bit like a cross between a church social and the Carlisle after the Tony Awards. But in fact, we are here today in an online fundraising, an online letter writing rally to mobilize the theater community and many more to support Rebecca Luker and others living with ALS. A little bit of homework here for you, housekeeping. We've been asked that everyone remain muted while we're going through this. And if you have questions, ask them in the chat and we will do our best to answer them. I'm really happy, by the way, to be here with Theresa Garner, who is the Communications and Organizing Director of I Am ALS. Theresa and her team have done an extraordinary job in coordinating this show so that we could all gather in this very special work. So today, our goal is literally for everyone to write a letter, a postcard, or an email to your representative in Congress, some of whom we love, others perhaps less so, but all of whom will be very important in this effort, this legislative effort. So our friends from I Am ALS will walk us through this process in a moment. But what I'd like to do first, if this were another benefit or a gala or the Tony Awards, I would have a laundry list, a whole list, a shining list of all sorts of credits and performances that our next two beloved guests have been a part of. But let me just say this, between Danny and Becca, there are 10 Tony Award nominations, including Danny's just recently from Moulin Rouge. But really, what this is about is not awards in the spotlight. It really is about our family coming together to support each other and one another once again when one of us has been severely challenged. It's what we do as a community. It's what we do as a family. It's what we do because we love each other. I just want to take a second to remind you to recall truly my favorite moment of Becca's. And it's not a performance on a Broadway stage. It happened soon after Patrick Quinn passed away in 2006. We had all gathered in a church somewhere in Pennsylvania, near where Patrick lives, for a memorial service. And after the Mass, Rebecca took the stage. And I truly do not remember what kind of accompaniment it might have been, the church organ, a piano, but her clarion voice, "Until There Was You," was as crystal clear as the soul of that church. And somewhere between, there were bells and there was music. In fact, the church bells began to peal, and somehow in the gray clouds outside, a stream of light broke through, came through a stained glass window, and literally showered Rebecca in a beautiful light. And that's what we're here to do today. We're gonna ring some bells, we're gonna make some noise, and collectively together, we are gonna shower Becca and Danny in as much loving light as we can. So with that, please welcome our beloved Becca Luker and Danny Burstein.
With me, yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? I hope you can.
Hi.
Yes.
My voice.
Okay, good. Thank goodness. Well, shit, Tom. God, that made us tear up.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Thanks, Tom.
It was lovely to see everybody at the very beginning there. It was sort of a cross between This Is Your Life and Romper Room.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hi. So this is us. This is, we'd like to welcome everybody and thank everybody for being here. We're gonna, with the help of Theresa Garner at ALS, we're going to help, she's gonna help us write some letters today that will hopefully get this important bill passed. So we've been asked to talk a little bit about our journey. So
It'll mostly be you.
It'll mostly be me because Becca's having a little bit of
Wow.
Vocally challenged day, but
Yep.
yeah, but everybody can hear you. They really can.
All right.
Yeah, despite everything, you're here and you're fucking fantastic.
Happy to be here.
So our journey with ALS started about, so feel free to throw anything in because, you know, they can hear you, God knows. And it started about 1.5 years ago. Becca thought she had just hurt her toe or something like that. Was that it? Your ankle. When you twist,
Yeah.
she twisted it. She tripped a couple of times on the street. She just went straight down. And that was about 1.5 years ago.
Right.
And then it was a series of doctor's appointments, one orthopedic surgeon after another, one neurologist after another. She had spinal stenosis surgery and they just couldn't figure out what it was. And ALS is basically a fallback kind of disease. It's basically what they diagnose you with when they try everything else. And they go, well, we've tried everything else. And I guess you have ALS. There is no test for ALS specifically.
I was so healthy.
Yeah, Becca was so ridiculously healthy, always so healthy. But we were at that point where she was doing all these tests, and it was tough when you're, you know, it's bad when you're praying that your wife only has MS or something like that.
Right.
And we were at that point. And she had every test you can imagine,
Yeah.
testing for metals and this disease and that disease. But then at the end of November 2019, we finally got the diagnosis, and it was devastating.
Now we're both speechless.
Now we're both speechless. It was difficult.
It's sort of unbelievable.
And yeah, and we've been dealing with it ever since. Becca first needed to learn how to use a cane, and then a walker, and a rollator, and everything. But she's come through it in the most unbelievable way. She continues to shine. Her spirit continues to shine, and she continues to give back, which is the most important thing. And she's here, and we're here to do just that. And that's why we're here, putting all our energy into this specific evening, which is ACT for ALS. We believe that it can make a difference. This kind of bill has already been passed, from what we understand, with oncology, with the FDA, and they've come up with a lot of new treatments because of a bill like this. And we believe that people with neurodegenerative diseases can benefit from the same kind of treatment. And we're crossing our fingers. So with that,
Well said.
Well said. Thanks, pal. Do you want to add anything else?
It's still hard for me.
Okay. Well,
I'll add to you.
okay. So with that, I just wanted to personally thank everybody at Broadway Cares, especially Tom, Viola, and Lane, and everybody at I Am ALS, especially Theresa Garner, who has been so instrumental in making this particular evening happen. And we'd also like to send our love to Adi Barkan and Brian Wallach,
Yes.
and everybody here tonight who's decided to join us and decided to try and make a difference. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and with that, I'll throw it to Theresa Garner. Oh, you're not Theresa Garner. Hi, Tom. Hey, Lane. It wouldn't be right if something didn't happen.
Right.
And hey, Lane, how are you, pal?
Good. Theresa, are you unmuted? Go ahead.
Yes. Hello all. Welcome to the revolution. We are ready to get started. We're going to put some stuff into action tonight. Just a little bit further housekeeping of what Tom was going through. The chat box is enabled. We will have Christa and Nicole will be walking you through 5 different steps to reach out and make a difference. And in the chat box, feel free to look there. There's going to be links. And then we also will have Michael, Deb, Christina, and Nancy are going to be answering your questions. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to Christa Thompson.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for letting us be a part of this. I think that roll call in the beginning of the call was one of the best things I've seen all week. So it's very clear how much Becca and Danny, you are loved. And so we're going to harness that energy and that caring, and we're going to put some hope into action tonight and really take some steps to move legislation forward that is designed to get treatments into the bodies of the people that we love with ALS. That is what we are doing, and that is what we believe in. And we call ourselves at I Am ALS Street Fighters because we are all over the country. We're in every congressional district, and we are fighting for the people we love, just like you guys are here on this call. So thank you so much for being here. As Theresa said, I'm Christa Thompson. I live in Rhode Island with my husband, who was diagnosed in December of 2018. We have 3 awesome kids, and we experienced very much what Danny was saying about the doctor's offices. And, you know, I call that period after diagnosis a shock fog. You're in kind of a fog, you don't know what to do. And I was fortunate enough to get on a call with Brian Wallach in February of 2019, and then shortly after Sandy Morris, and the fog kind of lifted. And I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the legislative hurdles and the policy and the entanglements that prevent the FDA and our legislators from working out what we call the ALS clock. We know that ALS moves quickly. It moves in a very deliberate way. And so the bill that we're going to work with you tonight so that you can all take an action on is designed to speed up that process. So that is why it's so important. I'm here on the call with my dear friend, Nicole Sambura, who lost her husband, Mike, in March of 2019 to ALS. They had fought very hard for all sorts of legislative changes, and they were also instrumental in getting the Federal Right to Try Act passed, and were invited to the White House for that bill signing. And Nicole is a kind of fierce advocate, and she's very kind, but don't let that fool you, because she will hold any legislator accountable. And she's talked to a lot of them. So we're going to walk you through doing exactly what you're here to do, which is to help your dear friends. And by doing that, you're going to help our community. You're going to help Brian. You're going to help my husband, and so many of us. So thank you so much for taking the time. I do want to just, as Theresa mentioned, as I'm talking through and walking through some actions, our friend Michael is going to be putting things in the chat, and he'll be putting links, and he'll be putting almost like a toolkit for you to click on. So please go in and out of the chat, find the information you need. You know, this is, again, we're street fighters. We're a little messy, but this is grassroots advocacy at its best. So ask questions. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. And like, you guys ready to do some acting for ALS? Yes, let's do it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do now, I do need to refer to my notes because I talked through the stuff that I know. All right, the first thing we're going to look at, Michael is going to put the bill itself in the chat box in case you're interested in seeing that. And the next step that we are going to do, and if I'm going too fast, Theresa, you can give me like a whoa, but I'm trying to be respectful of everybody's time. The next thing you're going to do is find your representative in your congressman or congresswoman in the House of Representatives. And you might know that person if you have a relationship with that person, or you've been in touch with that office before, that's great. But there is a link in chat for you to do that. And I'm not in chat. I'm just going to keep going. And like I said, give me the whoa. So you would, yeah. Oh, that's Nicole. Here's Nicole.
There are currently 182 co-sponsors of this bill. So when you go to that link that Michael's sharing, you can check to see if your representative's in there. You can sort by name, you can sort by the state, you can sort by party and such, so you can easily find it. Sorry, Christa, keep going.
No, that's okay. You can interrupt me anytime, my dear. So you find your rep, and you can click, you put your zip, and then you can click on your representative, and then you can see their photo icon on the page. You can also find their website and their email. So at that point, you would, if you're interested in writing an email, you would click on the website to get that email address. And I should say too, and that's the part I think we're going to talk about, a couple of different actions. One is writing an email. If that is not something you would like to do, there are other actions that we're going to go through. The most important thing is that you take any action tonight, whether it's a social media post, writing an email, writing a letter, but you need to know who your rep is so that you can tag them on if you tweet. And I would say, you know, Danny and Becca's story is so compelling, you know, make the connection to them, tell your reps how much you love them, tell your reps what they mean to you, tell your reps just clearly how, you know, it's very clear if we could harness the energy of all of the caring that you have for them, it's going to make a real difference. So to tell your story, Nicole always stresses this. If you have a picture of them, include it in every communication, because we want to give this disease a face, and we want to, Brian Wallach and his awesome wife, Sandra, always talk about, you know, what's your ALS story? And so tell it, don't be afraid to tell it. So if you are writing an email, you would just click on that address. And I know Michael is also sharing, he is sharing the Find Your Rep and the website and the email. You can also get the physical address and write a letter, like an actual letter, like we used to do in the 80s with our friends. And you can write an actual letter. Nicole is gonna jump in for a little bit too. Go ahead, Nicole.
So just to build on what Christa was saying, you'll see that your representative has different offices too. So not only sending it to DC, but making a copy of that letter and sending it to the local offices, because a lot of times it gets into the hands of legislative aides and such faster if it goes to their local office versus their, you know, office in DC.
Yeah. And someone, I did just peek in chat. I know I'm not supposed to, but someone said, is it writing an actual letter more impactful? I think whatever, impactful is whatever is the most genuine and feels right to you. There is no wrong answer. Well, by you taking an action and making that contact, do whatever feels right. If you want to write a letter, do it. If you want to write an email, do it. If you want to make a phone call, please do it.
And people's putting sample letters in there that you guys are more than welcome to tweak, make it your own. I mean, if you only have time to write a paragraph and why ACT for ALS, HR 7071 is important to you, you know, you can bend it. You don't have to follow exactly what we did, but like Christa said, tell your story. Why is Becca important to you? What has she done for the community and such? And in doing that, you're enlightening them.
Yes. So the next step, now that you've all found out who your rep is or found your rep, we do want to go back to the bill. Michael's going to resend the link in chat. And we're going to see now if your rep is already a co-sponsor. You know, I will say, like, yay, Rhode Island, both of ours. We have 2 reps and they're both awesome. They are both co-sponsors already. So now I'm going to hand it over to Nicole to talk about if you do see that your rep has already co-sponsored HR 7071. You know, we're not going to stop there. So what would you do if they were still a co-sponsor?
So if your member of the House is already a co-sponsor for this bill, what we need you to do is thank them. You can send them an email. You can call them on that same website. You'll find their phone number. You can call both the DC office and the local office and just say, hey, I'm calling to say thank you so much for supporting ACT for ALS, HR 7071. We greatly appreciate your support and look forward to partnering with you in the future as additional legislative items and such come down the pike. Putting it out there on social media is huge, guys. These guys work really hard and their staffers work so diligently that we want to thank them. They want to be heard. Okay. So again, you can send that personal thank you. You can send an email. You can do a shout out on Twitter or on Facebook, just saying, gosh, we so appreciate your support. Or if your person hasn't signed on yet, that's another quick way you can do it. And then follow up a couple days later with an email. Say, hey, we're looking for your support in HR 7071. We can't assume that they know about all the different bills that are out there. Okay, so you might want to put a tweet out there like, I'll use Representative Crow. He's my representative. He's already on the bill, but I might say at Rep Crow, hey, have you heard of HR 7071? We would appreciate your support. Okay, just something like that. But then a couple days later, I would follow up with an email or another, you know, Facebook message or something along those lines. Okay, so those are wonderful ways to show them that they are making a difference. Okay, that you're leaning in and that you're just showing them how grateful you are. And if not, we would appreciate your support in getting on the bill. All right. Like I said, we currently have 182 co-sponsors, which is amazing, being that this bill was just released in June.
And so someone in chat also just said, should we tell our friends and family too? Yes. You know, that old shampoo commercial, and I told 2 friends, that is what grassroots advocacy is. I told 2 friends, tell all your friends to do this, ask them to retweet. You know, one thing that we've learned about this disease is that you feel very helpless for the people you love, and you say, anything you guys need, what can I do? Well, this is actually something that we can do. And if your friend is affected by this disease, you want to help, your friends want to help you. So you should ask your friends to help you. It's all a sense. And I will say this, and I really believe it, because I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think that this bill is actually going to get medicine into the bodies of people with this disease. It's really going to do it. It's going to remove barriers to get treatments to people faster. And, you know, if we've seen that the speed, we always talk about this, the speed of, you know, COVID speed is something that we talk about now with ALS. They can move faster, and we need to be advocates and voices for that process moving faster to get these treatments through. So, yeah.
I was just going to say, ALS is obviously a very complex neurodegenerative disease, but we have MS, Huntington's, all these. If we can break through with passing a bill like this, we're going to be able to help all those other diseases. And about 1 in 15 people will end up with a neurodegenerative disease in their lifetime. So don't think that you're only working for ALS, which you are, and we're forever grateful and pushing this forward, but it's bringing out other neurodegenerative diseases that also need to have similar bills.
So I think with that, I mean, we are just going to say this is step one. You taking an action, just being on this call is step one. Doing one of the actions, an email, a letter, a social media post. But one thing at IMALS, we want you to join we call it Theresa is so good at this, join the revolution. Come join us. We need street fighters. You know, a lot of you are from New York. We were in Times Square together, and it felt, you know, a big community when we met there. And we want to rewrite history. This should be the generation that ends this disease and makes it treatable and keeps our loved ones here. So Michael is going to put the sign up in chat for everyone to be involved. I am happy, you know, get in touch with us, stay in touch with us, but most importantly, you know, keep working for your dear friends, because clearly they are very, very loved. And it really was such an honor to be here and to talk to you all about how to help your friend Becca. And I want to thank you on behalf of my family, because everything you're doing is going to help us too. So thank you.
Guys, I was also just going to say, if you have questions about any of this, please reach out to IMALS, reach out to Theresa. She'll put you in touch with Christa and myself and others on the LEDGE team. Deb, Michael, I mean, we want to make you successful. So if you have written and you haven't heard back, but you have a question, get back to us. We are happy to help you, okay? You know, bring about real change for this disease. Thank you.
Yes, we will be here to continue answering questions in chat. And then I also am going to put the link that will have all of the links that were shared in chat. I know chat was moving fast. So just to recap, there's 5 different options. You can go directly to our site, put in your name, and it'll send something already populated. You can send a tweet. You can send a postcard. You can send an email, or you can write a letter. And the link that I am sharing right now, imals.org/Broadway for Becca, that has all of the links in there, because I know the chat box is moving very fast. Tom, back to you.
Sure. I think we are wrapping up, correct, Theresa? I mean, everybody has all the information they need to write emails, letters, or postcards. We know we're all going to reach out to at least 2 friends to do the same, I hope. And Theresa, that last sheet that you posted that I just took a glance at was really helpful, really, really helpful. I often have trouble following directions of putting anything together, and having everything on that one sheet was really helpful. So I would encourage everyone to take a look at that. And if there's some way you can copy it and hold on to it, that's going to really be the way to put together this bookcase from IKEA. So I think that wraps us up, correct? Theresa, do you have something you'd like to say to close this out?
Well, Tom, we can stay on to verbally answer any of the questions as well, if that's helpful. for the group. We get some nods or yeses.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
As people are watching the chat, if they don't know it, to the right of the word file are 3 dots. If you click on that, you can save the entire chat history from today's get together. And if you're panicked about finding something that they put in the chat that you didn't write down or something else, that's an easy way to do it.
Yes. Thank you.
Only 7 months into the pandemic. Thanks a lot. I get to get that information. Thanks a lot.
Also are recording this. So we will send everyone who RSVP'd to the event a link to the video, which will include the chat as well. But Theresa, if you guys can, I know that there were several questions that kind of popped up that may just be helpful for you guys to answer as you scroll through. And if you want me to spotlight anybody else from the team or the rest of your team, I'm happy to do that too.
Yeah, Christa and Nicole, are you guys game for that? Would you like to scroll through and answer some as we go?
Sure. Can.
Great. And just one more time, we just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And send everybody our love who showed up and who participated here tonight. We appreciate it so very much. And tell 2 friends and so on, as they say. We'll
And
beat this
Rebecca-
fucker. We will
Rebecca,
beat this.
this is Pam Rimler, but I wanted you to know that the music band, we did a campaign together. I wanted you to know that your music band family, we've done a campaign letter offside, so everyone has sent their letters and done their phone calls as well. But I want you to know that your music band family has done a separate campaign.
Thank you,
love you.
Pam. We love you guys too.
Love you.
So Christa, do you want me to take a question that I see in the chat?
Yes, please.
Okay, so P. Manhart asked, could you explain the timeline of the bill approval and how or when does it come up for a vote? So kind of the tipping point in the House, being that there's 435 members, you want about 290 to show that you have majority. Okay, that if we could get to that, that would be ideal. Because at that point, in a traditional year, it would then go onto what's called a consensus calendar to be brought to the floor for a vote. Well, if we're sitting with 290 members, we know that that bill is going to pass because we have the majority. Okay, how quickly that will come up will be dependent upon how quickly we can get to that 290, that magic number, before the end of this congressional calendar. Christa, do you want to add anything to that?
No, and I think so. What I would say, well, I'm piggybacking a little bit off of as you're writing and as these numbers, you can continue to check congress.gov and you can put the name of the bill in. And particularly for this bill, you can see, you know, for any bill really, how many co-sponsors it has. But share your successes. I think people often do this and then they hear back, and so make sure that you're doing that. Someone had asked if we could, sorry, I'm just skipping around here. If we can repeat the name of the bill, it is ACT for ALS is the name of the bill. And
HR stands for House of Representatives 7071.
And I'm going through, and there are some great, I thought that tip, and I agree, I've been in this pandemic on Zoom calls forever. I didn't know about the 3 little dots. So thank you for giving me that, that little, you know, tip. But there are great sample tweets in the chat, and as well as sample text. The text of the bill is also there. And Theresa, if you're seeing questions, I'm scrolling very fast. So someone said, it's most effective. I just want to reiterate this, to reach out to your member of Congress. If your member of Congress already co-sponsored and you have friends in, you know, Tennessee or Texas or New Jersey, and you want to reach out to them too, you can also check for them as long as you know their address or their zip, and get them on board. But yes, reps want to hear from their constituents. And you have a lot of power as a constituent. And we tell people this all the time. They do work for you, and most reps want to hear from you. They want to hear from their constituents. So don't be afraid to write, and don't be afraid to follow up or email. And again, I'm just scrolling through here.
I was going to say too, Christa, piggybacking on that. So like I'm in Colorado, but I literally have family in Tennessee and California and Oregon and everywhere, and they're writing. And can I tell you, from 5 years ago when I started my journey with this disease, ALS was not on their radar at all. But I love to chat with a representative's office now, and they're saying, oh my gosh, we're getting almost a letter a day about ALS. We need that. They need that to hear from us, or change won't happen. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Especially now.
Someone asked about a corresponding Senate bill as well. Well, there is one in the works. A companion bill is coming. So we will need you guys to reach out to your senators too, you know, to get as many of those on as we possibly could. Again, that tipping point, you know, if we could zoom and get to, you know, 65, that would be amazing very quickly.
Yeah, I'm scrolling. Oh, there's.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Okay.
And in your letter, guys, again, please make sure that you're sharing who you're fighting for. Maybe you know more than one person with ALS, but put Becca in there, but also others if you have, you know, sadly, if you know of others fighting this.
So Michael put in the chat a link to a pre-populated email, which is the quickest way. You just click on it and it'll go right to that rep's office. That is a great first touch for you to do before you get up from your chair. I mean, I always say, you know, if that's the only thing that you can do is send the pre-populated email. The link is in the chat before you get up. Just do that, because it starts a process. Because I'll tell you, we will use those numbers when we advocate directly with offices. So if Nicole's going to the Hill and she's going to meet with, let's just say, my Representative Langevin, and we know that his office got 32 emails about this bill, we can say, 32, you got 32 emails about this bill, and we want to talk to you about it. It helps us. So even that's a great thing for you to ask your friends to do. Go to this link and click on this to send an email to your rep. And as those numbers start to climb, that's very helpful, because we can use those numbers when we're making contact directly with offices. And I actually had the chief of staff in my rep's office contact me before I had a chance to contact him. He's like, what, you're causing some trouble. We got 11 emails in like 15 minutes about this bill. So they'll pay attention. So I would, Michael, put that in chat, that link there.
And pressure, you know, is always a good thing too. For example, I was saying I'm from Colorado, right? So in my thank you to Representative Crow, Representative Joe Neguse, you know, and such, I can use those guys and kind of have fun with it, and then say, at Rep Perlmutter, why haven't you joined in? You know, why haven't you supported this bill and such? And so any of that pressure, at least they'll take a look at it and be like, hey, I am supporting this bill, or I'm not supporting this bill. We love to follow up to find out why. If you're not going to support it, tell us why, so we can improve upon it. What can we do to make change? Are you seeing any other questions?
Not really. And I said this is the second time. I know we're talking like auctioneers here, because we want to get all the information in. But if you missed anything, please contact IMALS. We are more than happy to answer any questions, help you find your rep, do whatever you need to do to advocate for your dear friend, and to get, you know, to get this bill moving. So if we just didn't get to you, please email. We're happy to answer any questions or resend materials.
I just wanted to reiterate how to save the chat. If you are in the chat box and you can see who you're typing to, and you go over on the right, there's a box with 2 dots. And if you click on there, it says save chat.
And again,
And where do we find that file after we have saved it?
Well, I'm on a Mac, so mine shows in the Finder.
It depends actually on how your computer is set up. So it depends on what you've told your computer where to save files. But we will, everyone who RSVP'd through Broadway Cares, will send out the chat file to you and make that available, as well as the video of this, so that you don't have to learn new technology on top of writing your congressional representatives. Well, again, in an effort to make it as easy as possible, we'll send you whatever. And I think the links that Theresa has just shared too is a great amalgamation of all of the pieces of all that you can do.
Lane, can we send out that one sheet as well to the email folks?
Yes, yes, we will
Yeah,
attach.
let's do that. That I think is the most helpful.
Yep.
Guys, follow-up is key. I know somebody put in here, if we do the pre-populated letter, can we do another letter? Please do. The more they hear from us, the better. Okay, so you can, whatever way you can reach out to their office, whether it be a phone call, sending a personal letter, calling the office and asking to speak with their health aide because you had sent an email and had not heard back from them yet. Anything like that would be fantastic.
Do you guys know who the 6 additional reps are that co-sponsored but aren't on the congress.gov site?
I can take a quick look. If any of you guys are in New Jersey, we definitely need Representative Frank Pallone on this bill.
Is there some way we can find out the list of who would be the most helpful for us to try to get to? Like Frank Pallone and others like that? Is there, because I'm thinking about where do I have family and friends, and so far they've all been co-sponsors to the bill. So if there are ones that we should target, if you could let us know, that would be great.
Michael, do we have our target list available?
That's something to, go ahead, Michael. There's Michael. Michael's been working hard.
Yeah, you have.
I will look for that real quick.
We can also get back to you on that if you, someone had suggested correctly. Energy and Commerce Committee members are particularly important. So the House members that are on Energy and Commerce, because the bill will go through that committee, and that is, we can find that link too. So yeah, it's, if you can take a look, and there are a lot of them, we have targeted reps on Energy and Commerce, because they will be the ones that put the bill through. So that was a great question, Catherine. Thank you so much for asking it. And anyone in, I always say anyone in leadership, if you have a rep in-house leadership, that's also helpful. As a constituent, they might not co-sponsor the bill, because members of leadership don't always do that, but talking to them and telling them your story and humanizing it, that also goes a long way. Like I know Representative Jeffries is in New York. He's in House leadership. So if he is your rep, that would be a great person to start a relationship with. We really could use you. Same thing with Senator Schumer. If you have, I assume there's a lot of folks from New York on the call. If Senator Schumer is your senator, that would be a great first contact. Even though we're talking about a House bill now, but just having that Senate support is also important when that bill is introduced. So yes, great question. You're already thinking. That's smart question.
And I'm trying to locate those 6 co-sponsors at the moment. So I was told they were placed in chat, but I know there's a lot of chat messages here.
Hey, Christa. I guess it's my representative is retiring, I guess, in a couple of weeks. I guess it's important to basically start all over again after the election with some people, right?
Well, not really, because technically they're serving until the new Congress is sworn in. So after the election, if this bill goes to the floor, you have support there. It's always good to make the connection. And sometimes this, we'd be surprised how many staffers move around or stick around. No, I would still reach out.
Thank you.
There's a staffer that or representative in Southern California, I've been trying to get on board for a few years, not for this bill, but for other ALS issues. And she's retiring and she finally came on board. But like Christa was saying, you hope that that will continue on. Information will be passed. You can use it like, hey, I was speaking with my representative or whoever your representative currently is, right? So for example, I was speaking with Representative Kaufman. When I approached Representative Crow before he was elected to say, hey, Representative Crow, we've already been building a solid ALS relationship. I would like to continue that with you.
Oh, Frank Conway.
And I just got the names of those extra 6 that just came on board. So Representative Haley Stevens, Representative Stephen Lynch, Representative Nanette Berrigan, Representative Juan Vargas, Representative Susie Lee, and Representative David Morrell. So they haven't been officially put on the list, but they will in a couple days, and it does take a few times, a couple days for that to get uploaded. But again, as soon as you get a positive, message back, maybe you get an email. They say, yes, we're definitely signing on. Please share that, and you can even snap a photo. I've done that before. I love it when I hear like, hey, I'm going to talk to my representative about that. I'll snap a photo and post it on Twitter or something. Like, love to hear from this Congress member.
Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up. I know we had set a 15-minute call, and we thank all of you guys for your energy. Welcome to the revolution. As I said, you are changing the legacy for Becca and for thousands of others. We'd love for you to continue working with IMALS. We're sharing the links over and over just to make sure if you got lost anywhere, but we still very much appreciate your time, your energy. You are making a difference. You are the change makers that we all want to be. So thank you for joining tonight. I hope everyone has a great evening.
Bye, guys.
Amen. I did it.
Days away from election day, the president is trying to sow doubt in the mail-in voting effort. Can Californians have confidence in the process that's unfolding in historic numbers all across the country right now?
I'm going through Theresa and saying farewell to folks. Hey, Val, are you still there?
I am. What can I do for you?
Can you help actually, I think I'm almost caught up now. I was going to have you help me remove folks who were still lingering. Well, Theresa, now it looks like all of your folks have left.
Okay.
I was going to thank them.
I think Christina's still here. Christina, I saw you so active. Thank you.
Lots of questions. That was great. My fingers got a workout.
I know, I'm so happy you guys could be there to help answer because it was just flying.
Yeah, it was great.
And they were good questions too.
Yeah, great questions.
Okay, so is Christina the only person left from your group?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Danny's still here.
That's a second login for them. So I'm wondering if it might have been someone else. So I'm gonna, I'll let them hang, but I'll keep Christina. Hi, Danny Whitman.
Hey, you all did a fantastic job. You made this accessible and easy and very, very moving.
You think it was easy? I felt like we were like losing people.
No, I think, no, it's hard when 100 people have questions, but it was easy.
What was great was you got the basic stuff down. And when people had a grasp of that, which would have been the 15 minutes, you know, some people dropped off, but then the really in-depth questions came. And so the hardcore people were really in there, which is great. I mean, that speaks
You
to
probably had
the
a few people that
depth of the
took
people.
action in one simple way, but then other people that wanted to really like form a plan.
Danny, I need your backdrop. Those dinosaurs are epic.
What? What was that?
Your wall.
Oh, this?
Your
Oh, that's
dino-
real. I half the day I work in my 5-year-old's bedroom.
Christina, what did you think?
I thought that was great. I think, I mean, everything's compiled on the website, so hopefully people will be able to go there, and that should answer a lot of their questions too, and they can just sort of walk through that, which I think will be good for people